Here is one man and another man, one president, and then the next president, and he's put in a position at Jimmy Carter's funeral to, out of all the folk I get to sit next to, I get to sit next to him. Now, I'm just trying to really come here and enjoy Jimmy Carter's funeral, think about a great man, and I got to sit next to this fool. Now here's the reality. The reality is that in Obama's mind, as he's sitting next to Trump, do you think that that's who he wants to sit next to? Now imagine me having to sit next to that family member, that so-called friend, who we know is a fake and a fraud. Imagine what it's like that when you and I are dealing in the world and we know, man, I don't mind sitting by them. That's my boy in them. That's my girl. But if I got to sit by her, I might not should have come. If I got to sit by him, man, look here. Oh, man, I got something. Man, somebody called me. Man, I got to go. And God is challenging us to move beyond, to really have a kingdom reflection of his righteousness. And do we have a general grace and a general love for mankind the same way he does for us? Do we have that? Do we exercise that? So here it is that I'm at this funeral to honor this man, and I got to sit next to this one. I got to sit next to the man who talked about my birth certificate wasn't legit. I got to sit by this man who talked about my wife. I got to sit next to him. And here's the deal. And in that moment, Barack is going to, who says he believes in Jesus, right? Barack's a believer. Barack is going to prove in that moment that he's the son of the kingdom. He's not going to prove that he's the son of the kingdom sitting next to Michelle, who chose not to come. But Barack sat next to him. And where he's really going to prove that he's the son of the kingdom is sitting next to the one who he doesn't like. And how do I handle those who I don't like? How do I handle people who I know stab me in the back? And here's the deal. How do you handle the one that you didn't even know that they had a knife because you thought you were that close? And while being that close, you didn't know that they had a knife, so you never prepared to defend yourself. And then you find out this one stabbed me. That's where you find out your kingdom citizenship.